Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Night Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who once planted evidence so he could make a citizen's arrest, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Night Light. Hey, everybody, how you doing? I am Pete Schwaba. It is a beautiful Friday night here in the state of Wisconsin. Hope you're having a great day as we head into the weekend. Lots going on today, lots to discuss. I want to talk about my ride down tonight. That's always fun, right, Con? That's a good time.
Yeah.
And we've got lots to discuss. We've got overzealous Facebook posters. We're going to talk about TV shows we've been meaning to watch but haven't. And kissing a girl on screen as part of a role. Actor Neil McDonough says he would never do it, and it's cost him work. So we'll discuss that. Lots of controversial topics to get to in the way of show business tonight. We're going to talk about movies and TV and comedy and music and all kinds of great stuff that makes us happy, especially heading into the weekend. Working the board tonight, as always, is Conrad Krieger.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
It's getting down today. I checked the app today, the weather app.
Oh,
it's
really?
at 114.
Oh, God. You know what? I went to bed last night. It's funny you mentioned that. My eyes were tearing and burning.
Really?
Yes. And when I got home, my wife had a lot of the windows open, and I don't think the air bothered her because the night before I left the air on just because but does that even matter? Like, you're still getting air from the outside. Like,
yeah.
Maybe it's filtered a little bit, but I don't know if that really helps that much or not. But
yeah, so it's. I hope it gets down. I hope Canada is like, all right, we let's stop putting it to them. Let's leave it in Canada.
Right. There's not really much they could do. I mean, trees were struck by lightning. That's not really but it does seem it's just like the third year in a row, maybe it's come from Canada. I don't know. But we'll get through it. We'll figure it out, folks, and we'll do it together. I have some fun guests tonight. Coming up at 6:35, this is going to be fun. We've got Spencer Young. He's a great artist who is local here to Northeast Wisconsin and Green Bay, and he paints murals and cleats and all this cool stuff. He painted a couple murals for the studio here in Green Bay with a football. So we'll talk to Spencer at 6:35. He will be here in person. That'll be a gas, as they say. And then it is a bar band Friday night, folks. So TERI BARR, our Wisconsin music expert and host of Max Inc. Radio, which you can hear on WMDX Saturday nights from 6 to 9, will be here as well, bringing local music as she does every week. And she's got a couple great. Did you listen to the music she sent?
Actually, I didn't get to listen to it yet.
Good. There's a group called Bascom Hill, I assume named after Bascom Hill in Madison, but they have a great song called, you're never going to guess what it's called.
Bascom Hill?
No.
Oh.
Light It Up.
Oh, okay.
That's their song, Light It Up. I mean, could there be a more perfect song for this show? And to play that song in this show will be a blast. And that's at 7:35 when TERI drops by. Lots of okay, I want to discuss this because there's this actor, Neil McDonough. And, he's just like, he's one of those actors you'd know his face if you saw him. Very well traveled as an actor. He's been in a ton of stuff.
You know how I know him mostly from? He was the bad guy in Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Oh, Mall Cop 2. That's a deep dive. Holy smokes.
He's the bad guy in it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, his deal is, and he's a good actor, handsome guy. He refuses to kiss another woman on the big screen or the small screen. He won't do it. He's very devoted to his wife. He says he does not want to kiss another woman. And he says it's cost him work. Like, studios won't go near him. They just won't offer him roles. Now, this is a few years ago. He's had, he's kind of made a little bit of a comeback, but he said it cost him roles until finally Graham Yost, one of the producers of Justified, great show with Timothy Olyphant, offered him a role as a bad guy. Because he is a good actor, and he has a really cool look.
Yeah, I mean, he plays such a good bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was in Red 2 as well, and he was a bad guy as well in that.
Was he in Yellowstone, too, maybe? I
Yeah.
don't know. He's in everything.
I think he's done enough work, though, because I'm just on IMDb right now, and It says 148 credits.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, he's
that's a pretty decent amount.
he's halfway to our pal Richard Reilly,
Yeah.
who's got like, well, actually he's got like 350. But Neil McDonough, yeah, good actor. Minority Report, Boomtown, Captain America, The First Avenger in 2011. Great resume, and the guy was not starving. Even if he took a year or two off, as long as he was living smartly or within his means, I'm sure he was fine. But he says he lost his swagger, his confidence as an actor. He felt like less of a man because he wasn't working as much because people weren't offering him roles. And I respect a person who sticks to their principles, but it's just kissing, and you make good money. And usually the person you're kissing is pretty attractive. And here, this is the sexist in me. I understand why women wouldn't do it. But man, if you're a guy, and here's why I'm saying this, his wife doesn't care. He says it has nothing to do with her saying it. She doesn't care. It's just that he loves his wife and he doesn't want to kiss anyone else.
Well, good for him, you know?
Sure. Look, I did it. In my movie, The Godfather of Green Bay, I had to do an intimate scene with Lauren Holly. It's not comfortable. I'm not a hero, okay?
You wrote it in yourself.
I did write it in myself. And it is weird, though. It's a weird, uncomfortable thing. There's nothing really sexy about it, at least not in my case. She was great. She was a trooper, but there were 8 people in the room filming this. It's not like you don't get the sense you're cheating. I was happily married at the time, still am. But I did get home for Thanksgiving that year. We shot in October in Marinette. I went back to L.A., came back for Thanksgiving, and I showed a rough cut to my family, and my mother-in-law looks at me during that scene and says, "You cad." And I get it. She was half kidding. But it's kind of, I admire him because it's kind of a gutsy stand to say I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But also it's like, just do it.
Yeah.
It's acting.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing. It's acting. It's not real.
Yeah.
In the next movie would you mind writing a kiss scene for me?
You just tell me who
With
you
Sydney
want.
Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney, I've heard of her work. Start with her soap, and then I'll write a kissing scene for
Sounds good. Make
you. Make out with the bar of her soap, and then we'll talk. Oh, that's funny. Oh, we have that promo where we're talking about Sydney Sweeney's soap, and I said, what if she stinks? I know she's pretty and all that, but what if she smells really bad? And I extended an offer. I said, Sydney, come by the Nightlight Studios. I'll smell you, and I'll let you know if it's a good product.
For free, too.
For free, exactly. Hell, listen, I'd throw an airfare out of my own pocket. No, but my daughter heard that. And she goes, Dad, and her cousins were about her age. Like, they didn't get really the humor. They thought it was kind of weird. I'm like, I'm obviously kidding. My daughter has a great sense of humor, but it's still just the idea of her father smelling another woman. So maybe this
creepy.
Neil McDonough's onto something. I don't know. Hey, I think we should get to the Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Question.
Questions.
All right. What is a TV show you've wanted to watch but haven't yet? What's a TV show you just haven't gotten around to watching it, but it's on your list, you want to check it out? And the inspiration for tonight's question of the night comes because I just finished Dexter last night, season 1. And it came out in 2006. My wife watched it years ago, said it was good. I just never got to it. It really, to be honest, did not interest me. I was like, wasn't really into serial killer stuff. But good writing is good writing. It's a good show. I finished the first season. It wasn't totally what I expected. They kind of kept me guessing, even though I figured out one of the elements of the story, but it was just really well done. Well acted, and I'm going to stick with it. And I think there's like 7 seasons or something, so I'm probably going to be on a bit of a Dexter kick for the next few weeks. And I know that Lisa Hale, the host of New Wisco Weekend, which you can check out tomorrow morning at 8 p.m. here on WGBW and WISS, she's a big Dexter fan, and she wants to come on the show and talk about Dexter with me.
That's a dedicated Dexter fan right there.
Yeah, and Lisa scares me, so I'm going to let her do it. No, Lisa's great. She's a big... I love her takes on TV and movies, so we'll definitely line that up soon. But yeah, it's a good show. So that's mine. I kind of just did it, but there are a few others too. I haven't watched The Gilded Age yet, although that's relatively new. I only watched one season of Mad Men. I'll probably go back to that, but there are a few shows I haven't gotten to that I would like to. But what are yours? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Let us know what show you've wanted to watch but haven't gotten around to it yet. What's yours, Con?
You know, last year I watched this show on Peacock called The Resort, and it was fantastic. It's with Kristen Milotti. I don't know however you say it, but
Kristen Milotti. I don't know who that is. Yeah.
I really liked that show, and I was like, I don't think Peacock can beat this. So I haven't watched a Peacock show since that show, and I have been meaning to give it another try and watch Poker Face.
You know what? That was one for me. I started watching it about a month ago, and I got through 5 episodes, and it's good.
It is?
It is good. And Natasha Lyonne is good. It is one of those things where I guess it's like Columbo in the sense, I never really watched Columbo. That was a little bit before my time, but like, I didn't understand. She's just a regular person who always every week finds herself solving a murder. It's like, well, come on. At least make her a PI or... So that part of it was just... But it is well done for what it is. I just had trouble with that kind of mechanism. But I did like it. It is a good show.
All right. I might give, Peacock a chance. I don't think they can beat the show that I really liked. So I haven't...
So you're condemning the whole... They did a good thing, but I don't trust them to beat that. So
exactly. So I'm saying...
I did start watching another show called Love and Death on HBO. I watched it about 2 weeks ago. I just watched the pilot. Jesse Plemons, Ashley Olsen. It's set in like 1980, and they have an affair. They're 2 church-going people, and they have their own family. And they have an affair. And I didn't get into it enough to find out who dies, but there is a murder on the show, and then it becomes kind of a mystery. So I'll probably go back to that. But if you like watching couples fall in love to 70s music like the Bee Gees, it is kind of cool. It's got like a cool aesthetic to it. So, but you can weigh in, folks. Let us know the show that got away. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can text us on the app or drop us a comment on the stream if you're watching on X, YouTube, or Facebook. And let us know. You can also weigh in on the kissing thing. Would you kiss someone if you were in a movie, or would you pull a Neil McDonough and say, no, I'm not kissing anybody except my wife? And I assume he's held fast to that because I don't think he'd cave. Now he's like in his 60s, too. It's like probably circumvented a lot of those kind of roles.
Since
we hope.
I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a problem with it.
You're like, somebody hire me. You need a kisser. Naked Gun opens this weekend, too. Very excited to see that. It's reviewing very well on Rotten Tomatoes. I think 92% was the last time I checked. And there are other movies that review higher from a fresh standpoint on Rotten Tomatoes, but for a comedy, and a silly comedy, to rank that high is pretty cool. So, all right, we're going to read your text when we come back, and I'm going to tell you about someone who posted something on Facebook that really ticked me off. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight. Great to have you with me on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Took some time, but I realize I don't deserve being mistreated, right? Little by little, figured out what being in love wasn't about. Now I'm looking for the right guy that'll make me little mistreated, right?
From Ashwaubenon to Alloway, this is 97.9 WGBW.
Appleton Cigar Company on College Avenue has been serving the community for over 25 years. If you are a cigar aficionado looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, you need to check out Appleton Cigar, which boasts the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee with over 706 cigars to choose from in a walk-in humidor. The Cigar Lounge offers an impressive variety of spirits and cocktails that pair perfectly with a premium cigar. For the full experience, come to Appleton Cigar at 415 College Ave, Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. For more information, go to appletoncigar.com.
Find what you love what you find. A total wine and more. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. you find.
With curbside pickup available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative,
and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
Missed your favorite show live on air? It's easy to find what you enjoy wherever you listen to podcasts, including Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And we're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app.
Your local Civic Media radio station is your source for real news and great conversation, plus fun and exciting contests. For a complete list of contest rules, log on wgbw.fm/.
Get up home, I wanna drive them home. When you're feeling blue, I'm thinking just of you.
Welcome back. This is a Friday night edition of Nite Light, one of my favorite nights of the week. Definitely top 5, but I love them all, and I can't wait till Monday. But for now, we're just going to enjoy the moment. We're going to talk about some of the things we really like to talk about here. Coming up in just a few minutes, Spencer Young, local artist who paints really cool stuff, murals, cleats, and sometimes he paints with a football, as I understand it.
He did. He did last time he was on Mine on the Mayor. He did.
Yeah.
Last time he was in the studio, he did that. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's great. It'll be good to have Spencer here in just a few minutes. And then it's a BARR band Friday night, ladies and gentlemen. It's 7:35. TERI BARR drops by with new music. She has her finger on the pulse of the Wisconsin music scene, as always, and has picked out a great one. Of the songs is called "Light It Up," and we may have to grab that one and put that in the bumpers.
Yeah,
I love that Kaylin Cole song. It's a great song. So, well done. All right, so I have to get this off my chest. People post stuff on Facebook. Nothing is off limits. They post pictures of their food. Like they'll get a plate at a restaurant and post the food. Like, yeah, I've seen mashed potatoes and meat. I know, but whatever. Okay, you're excited about your meal. Here's what drives me bananas. All right, I have a Facebook friend who will remain nameless, Jennifer. No, this person posted. They took a hike with their family. And they called it Hike Day, and they posted like the 5 main pictures you see, the teasers or whatever. And then if you click on the 6th window, 114 photos of trees and walking. I mean, who is ever going to look at that many pictures?
That's like a step per picture, you think, right?
Yeah, 114 steps is a hike. That's me making food in my kitchen. But it's just like, come on, 114, whatever. I don't have to look. It's not like it bothers me. I'm just like, I would never take the time to do that. And I guess uploading is easy. And maybe she just didn't want to go through all of them. So I'll just post all. But what if you get the accidental one of your husband coming out of the bathroom or the kid scraping their knee or something? Like, you got to go through them. Give us some highlights. Give us three or four I'll look at.
Yeah.
Because they're great people. Oh, I want to see how this was. I'm not clicking on 114 photos of a hike through Door County.
You know what? To make it awkward, you know what you should do? You should go through and like every single one.
That's like stalker-ish. That's like restraining order.
Just the notifications, 114. Pete Schwaba, like your photo.
That is, oh my God, that would be hilarious. Or I'll do a laugh face for one, then a surprise look for the other one, and then a thumbs up, and she won't be able to go, well, why did he surprise this one but laugh at this one? This one's not funny.
The 4th tree is always surprising, you know?
It's like, I can see Sky in this one. What? So, all right, I got that off my chest. And then driving down here, I had, again, the 2 people going the same speed, taking up both lanes for about It was probably only about 5 minutes, but in my head, this has gone on for like 2 hours. And I'm like, just please, you live in a society. One of you, slow down.
You know, remember yesterday when you had a mosquito flying around you?
Oh, that was weird. Yeah.
You know, it's like, how does it? Today I had the same thing. I get home, and there's a fly in my apartment. Like, my windows are closed. I have the AC on. How did this happen? I was chasing that fly for literally an hour trying to kill it.
Because you can't relax.
I don't want the fly landing on me.
You know what's worse? Like, not worse, but almost as bad to me is twice this summer I've had one of those huge moths.
Oh,
it's like a bird. And they flap their wings and you can hear it going like around the lamp or the fireplace. And I can't relax because it's like, it's not like you're scared of it or it's going to hurt you. Same with a fly, but it's so irritating when they land on you.
Oh,
the flies are filthy.
I got a trick for you for that. You turn off all the lights and you turn on one.
I've done that.
And it flies to it.
Usually that works.
Yeah.
But I had one about, 3 weeks ago. That was in my daughter's room. And I tried that, and the thing, this was not his first rodeo.
He knew.
He knew what I was up to. All right, let's read some text. Our question tonight, folks, is what is a TV show you've been meaning to get to, but just haven't quite gotten around to it? I'm in the middle of one of mine. I just finished season 1 of Dexter. I did that with Poker Face, and then Love and Death. I'm going to go back to that one, but that one is a little... Like the whole first episode was these two married people falling in love, Jesse Plemons and Ashley Olsen, and they're both good. But it's kind of like, this sounds awful, but get to the murder, get to the mystery part of it. So I've got a few of them. Let us know what yours are. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Let's go to the stream. Drew Mania. Love that. Drew Mania says, great show. Thank you, Drew Mania. Is that our Drew?
I'm not sure.
I know he listens sometimes. He's a good dude. All right. Thank you, Drew Mania. Appreciate the text, and thank you for listening. Dave on the stream says, yes, Dexter. I'm with you, Dave. As you know, Band of Brothers, Game of Thrones. Band of Brothers, I could add. I've never seen Band of Brothers. It's supposed to be great. It's a Tom Hanks Playtone effort, and I think it scared me off. It's like the miniseries thing. Like, it's a commitment, And I don't know why. Like, I watch whole seasons of shows, but yeah, I got to check out Band of Brothers. And Game of Thrones was one of mine too, but I banged that one out about 2 years ago.
I mean, you got 5 months?
Yeah, I know. And that's one that it can be depressing if you watch too many in a row.
Yeah. When Joffrey's, that whole plot with Joffrey, that takes a toll on you.
The Red Wedding.
Yeah.
It was just awful. So that's our question of the night. We have a local artist coming up in just a few minutes, folks. Spencer Young is in the studio. Very excited to have him here. And it is a bar band Friday night, 7:35 p.m. Our pal TERI BARR drops by. Let us know, too, if you want to weigh in on the kissing issue with Neil McDonough, very devoted husband. Is he too devoted? Got to put food on the table. We'll read some of your texts in a little while, so keep them coming. And great to have you with me. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight, and you've got the Civic Media Radio Network.
Falling asleep, and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke, and she's taking a drag. Now they're going to bed, and my stomach is sick, and it's all in my head, but she's touching his chest. Now he takes off her dress. Now let me go.
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW. As Wisconsin as a game of cribbage with good friends, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
For 97.9 WGBW News, I'm Lisa Hale. Mid-sized farms in Wisconsin could get a boost if a proposed bill in the Wisconsin State Assembly is passed. The bill seeks to bolster mid-sized farms in the state through a no-interest loan program. The legislation would establish a dairy cattle innovation program through the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. Dairy farms with between 50 and 714 cows would have access to the no-interest loans under the bill. Recipients could use that funding for things like investing in technology to increase production, improving animal care and milk quality, and reducing the environmental impacts of dairy operations. Farming and technology are not mutually exclusive terms, and the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is inviting residents to this year's Farm Technology Days event, August 5th through the 7th. The yearly event gives residents a chance to check out some of the latest developments in the agricultural industry, including new technology and research. The DNR will have a tent at the event where officials will share information on conservation efforts, management practices, and offer free nitrate screenings for private well owners. This year's Farm Technology Days event is taking place in Wapaka County. Reach for the stars. The Barlow Planetarium in Menasha is open again after being closed since May, while the UWO Fox Cities campus closed and Winnebago County took over the buildings. A full schedule of star shows during the day and laser shows at night are planned. If you plan to visit the Barlow Planetarium, bring cash. That's the only method of payment it can accept for tickets right now. Learn more at barlow.winnebagocountywi.gov. I'm Lisa Hale, 97.9 WGBW News. For news anytime, log on to WGBW.fm.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. When it comes to TV or movies, there is nothing like momentum. The Gilded Age is currently in its third season, and all arrows are pointing up. The show is tracking 25% more than its previous season and still has 2 episodes left of season 3. HBO has already renewed the show for a 4th season. Social media chatter is up 60%, and Rotten Tomatoes has season 3 at 95% fresh. If all that weren't enough, last week's episode reached a series high in viewers at 4.5 million in the first 3 days of release. Looks like we have no excuse now not to check it out. If you're a fan of the show Luther with Idris Elba or the original version of The Office with Ricky Gervais, you'll have another option for viewing. HBO and BritBox, which specializes in UK mysteries, comedies, and dramas, has struck a deal where HBO will stream 15 BritBox shows during the months of August and September. The goal of both companies: get so many viewers they can charge as much as Netflix. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
As Wisconsin is dropping a line in your favorite fishing spot, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Partly cloudy tonight, some areas of smoke and lows in the mid-50s. Hazy sunshine from the smoke tomorrow, highs in the upper 70s. And mostly sunny and near 80 Sunday for the forecast high. 80s are ahead for next week. Right now it's 76.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Rational Revolution with Mark Becker. This week.
Happy Friday, everybody. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight. Great to have you with me tonight. We've got lots of fun scheduled. Got a great question. If you are so inclined, let us know. What is the TV show that got away? What have you been meaning to watch, but you just haven't gotten to it yet? I said Dexter. What was your answer, Con?
I said Poker Face.
Poker Face, that's right. And I said I've seen some Poker Face episodes. Pretty good. So that's our question tonight. You can also weigh in on the Neil McDonough kissing thing. It was in my Hollywood Beats. Was it today or yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Okay. So he refused to kiss a woman that was not his wife, even though he was cast in a movie or a TV show. That was just, that was, he wasn't going to do it. And he thinks it cost him some work, cost him some self-confidence, but eventually he got back into it, and people understood. People are pretty much good, and he's a good actor. So they started casting him again, but I don't know, man. I don't think, well, I did do it in a movie, so I would just do it. Conrad is begging to do it. And we'll ask our next guest what he thinks, too. He is a local artist here in Northeast Wisconsin who joins me in studio now. He's the founder of Forever Young Designs, artist Spencer Young. Welcome. How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's great to have you. I've seen your work because you've painted here in the studio before.
Yep.
And it's pretty cool. Tell me, what I saw you do you did like classic Packer photos.
Yep.
But you have an interesting way of painting. Please tell us about that.
Yeah, I kind of, when I run with an idea, I just go full throttle with it. So the idea was to, normally paint with a paintbrush. That's too normal. Everyone's painting with a paintbrush. So I took a football cleat and a football, and that's the only thing I used to paint those images.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What part of the cleat? Not the actual cleat.
Oh, yeah. So everything. So I utilized the shoelaces as kind of like a little fine detail brush, the toe as to cover more surface area on the canvas with the paint. It's kind of fun just challenging myself with different, ideas and possibilities. And hopefully, I can incorporate it in my future stuff. And if it fails, it fails. And I never visit that again.
That's the great thing about, I love when artists figure out a fresh approach to something that hasn't been done before, something new and unique. Before we get into too much of your work, though, tell me a little bit about you, Spencer, your background personally.
Yeah, I grew up in a small town just outside Green Bay, Shiocton. When I graduated high school there, I went to St. Norbert, played a little college football for a couple years, and graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree with emphasis of graphic design. Went corporate a little bit, wasn't my cup of tea, and I decided to take a chance on myself. I always had a ability to draw and paint, and within that first month being on my own, I got a phone call asking to paint the iconic Packer fence outside Lambeau Field.
So you painted that. That is so cool.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll get to that too, but why didn't you like the corporate stuff? Is where the money's at, I would imagine.
It was good pay.
Too limiting?
It restricted my creativity, Everything's super brand standard, to say the least. And when you're using the color like a mute puke green color over and over and over again, it kind of gets boring.
They don't even want that to be flashy.
No. So I just I know I could be doing something that I enjoy. It's not like I didn't enjoy working in the corporate setting. It was just not what I wanted to do. It wasn't my purpose in life. So,
what's interesting? I'm not trying to pardon me, bash corporate anything, but because when I'm still a writer, but when I was making most of my money writing, I wrote screenplays. But when you write a screenplay, it's like you don't know where to start almost. It's like it's 120 pages. What do I do? What I liked about freelancing for corporations or studios was they gave you parameters.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a relief. Don't you think creatively you're like, okay, I got to do whatever I can within this framework?
Yeah, it's nice to have a little structure, you know? That's why, too, I freelance graphic design. So, when someone gives me, a set task where, certain guidelines I need to follow, it's nice. But then there's times where I'm like, well, I kind of just want to go crazy and see what I can come up with on my own. And, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So,
well, good for you for starting your own business too. What kind of stuff do you do at Forever Young Designs? What do you, or is it commissions or is it people?
It's my philosophy is if I could throw paint on something and it sticks, basically anything. Okay. So murals, paintings on canvases. I even customized cleats and shoes and jackets, hats, graphic design work. Pretty much anything art related, I've probably dabbled in a time or two.
Who hires you? If I'm a regular guy, if I'm a business, how does that work? What would people hire you for? To do cool invitations, a big mural, or anything, huh?
Generally, it's just a random message. It can be 11 o'clock at night. It could be right away in the morning. Just, hey, would you be interested in painting a mural? Would you be interested in painting shoes? So it's something new every day. And that's what I really enjoy about it, because it's you never know what the next day is going to bring.
How long did it take you? You said you got a call kind of quickly, but how long did it take you to the point where you were, this is what you do?
So I was like a month in on my own painting one mural, and then I had that phone call asking to paint that Packers fence, and I just kind of rolled with it, and my work got kind of out there in the area, and build connections and just talk with a bunch of people, and people see my work, and
It's got to help when you have it's like a billboard kind of
for
people
sure.
drive by. Who did that? Yeah.
Definitely.
So tell us about that. Tell us about the Packer fence.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration for that?
So, like I said, the owner reached out to me because it has been a tradition in the community that, is pretty well known if you're in the community. They wanted to continue that tradition, and every year we just come up with a specific theme to that would tailor that season. So the one season, like when Rodgers threw the Hail Mary pass at Ford Field, the home opener for that season was against Detroit. So we did a homage to that play.
Nice.
Let's just say there were not a lot of happy Detroit Lions fans.
Maybe did a little painting of their own late at night after a few drinks over your creation. So, all right. And then you did some stuff down the street here, right?
Yeah, a little bit everywhere, I guess.
Okay.
So I do a lot in the Green Bay community. I've traveled as far as New York installing murals, Texas, going to be going out to Indiana here pretty quick to install another one right outside Indianapolis. So
Wow.
Yeah.
So getting out of Wisconsin too.
Pretty much.
Wow, nice.
Yep.
So what's the meaning? Where did you come up with Forever Young Design?
So it's got layers, I guess. So my last name's Young.
Yeah.
So kind of wanted to pay homage to not only myself, but the people that kind of brought me to the situation I'm in today. So I had amazing parents that, supported me in my crazy endeavors. And, I come from a very small town. So when they say you want to be an artist, there's some parents that might be a little skeptical at first, but mine were all on board, they supported what I wanted to do. So, with that being said, I just wanted to make sure I was carrying a legacy at the end of the day. So
My guest is Spencer Young. He is the founder of Forever Young Designs and a local artist here in Northeast Wisconsin, although we just found out he's starting to go everywhere and bring his art to different communities. Let me ask you something, because with my background too, I get asked that question. Oh, my kid wants to do this, but I say they should have a fallback.
Yeah.
And I always say, don't have a fallback.
No.
Do what you want to do. You can always go back to school.
Yeah.
And then throw yourself into something else, but setting yourself up in almost expecting to fail.
Yeah.
That doesn't work for me. And I tell my kids that too. I'm like, go full throttle at it. You got to support yourself.
Yep.
But go at it with everything you have and then see where you're at.
Yeah. I always say if I had any doubt when I first started, I would have never attempted to do it.
Right.
Because I always I watch a lot of shows, and the cartoon and anime shows, it's always the protagonist is always a positive attitude. That's kind of how I approach life too. It's you don't want to have any negative thoughts or ideas that you're not going to be successful in what you want to pursue. So for me, I always had the mentality, it's I'm going to go big or go home.
Right.
And nothing's going to stop me.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You're not going to law school during the day, doing your art at night.
I'll stick on one thing. I'll make sure I give everything I got in one category.
You gotta.
So.
Otherwise, you can always, like I said, you can always switch gears. I love too. There was this comedian named Charles Fleischer who was in the Roger Rabbit movies as a voice, and he was a comedian. He said when people came up to him and said, "I want to be a comedian. What do you think?" He always said, "Don't do it." And he said if that was enough to get them not to do it, they never would have made it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not quite that harsh, but he's got a point.
Yeah.
I mean, so for what you do, is there competition around here, or do you kind of have the market? Are you the guy people come to paint?
I mean, I don't really think of it as competition. I feel like it's a big enough sandbox that anyone can have their opportunities, So whenever I see another artist have a project, I'm good for them. That's amazing. I'm their fan too. Cause at the end of the day, I don't think there's really rivalry. I think there should be just healthy competition almost.
Sure.
Whereas we should support each other because we're all just in this same field and we all want to be successful at the end of the day.
And ideally learn from each other to some degree or be inspired by each other. We were talking before you came on. I said my cousin does art. He paints with two hands, and he does these shows. And he's down in Chicago, so he paints a lot of Chicago sports stuff. And they've since moved. But I'm fascinated. Like, what is your style? Does it have a name?
Not really. I just think it's inspired by a lot of things from my experiences growing up. So a lot of artists influence my work. Like I said, a lot of life experiences. I just, I pick up a brush and whatever my brain tells me to paint, I just paint it. So
if somebody said, "Oh yeah, Spencer Young, he's that blank artist,"
and
what would they say?
It's kind of funny because like I notice people will say, "Oh, I know that's a Spencer Young original right there," but it's like I can't see that. Like for me, it just comes naturally.
Yeah.
So I don't know what is the giveaway that makes it
interesting,
my own artwork. So.
Do you have influences like Pollock or Picasso, whatever? Do you have people that influenced you?
Yeah. So. Dr. Seuss. I love Dr.
Nice.
Seuss. Like if you ever look up his like dark series paintings, like definitely a 180 from what you normally see in the children's books. Then David Cho, that's always a fascinating character. He's the one that painted the headquarters at Facebook. And then instead of getting a payment, he invested in the stock at Facebook. And then he became essentially, when they went public, like $300 million or something. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I
should have held out for more money.
I know, it's like,
I want a free Facebook account. Done.
Right. Well, and it's like, that's the cool thing. It's like, it's not just his artwork, but I love that he took a chance on himself and like, it really paid off. There's, if I'm one to gamble, I don't go to casino, but I gamble on myself a lot for my opportunities. So
that's what you should gamble on, right? I mean,
exactly.
you're going to show up and do the job, not have to rely on others. You were recently on ESPN. How did that? How did that call come through, and what was that like?
Kind of crazy. I had a phone call from a producer. He asked me, "You're the artist that paints the fences around the area?" I said, "Yes, I am." And we got your contact information from someone that works in the studio here, and we'd love to do like a small segment with you. And I said, lucky for you, I'm painting a mural in the area. So if you want to stop by with the cameras and talk to me, then yeah, we can make that happen. So
that's pretty cool. All right, we're going to find out. I'm going to ask Spencer what he painted when he was on ESPN when we come back, and we'll find out more about this up-and-coming artist who is right here in Northeast Wisconsin. Is pretty cool, and we'll ask him about the show that got away, too. That's coming up next after this very short break on Nightlight with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
My sugar boo, I'm levitating, the Milky Way, we're renegading, yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night, come on dance with me. I'm levitating, you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night, come on dance with me.
Come work with us. Civic Media has a number of great jobs across the state. Open now at civicmedia.us/careers.
Experience northern Wisconsin this season and book your vacation at Lena's Northern Pines Resort on beautiful Butternut Lake in Butternut, Wisconsin. This quaint resort has it all. A full-service resort and restaurant, open year-round for all your seasons, from ATVing to snowmobiling, grouse hunting, deer hunting, and even ice fishing. Or just come to relax with the whole family. And there's also an event space for that perfect occasion that you might be celebrating. Butternut Lake is a 1,000-plus acre Class A musky lake, along with walleye, crappie, perch, and panfish that the kids love to catch. It's perfect for escaping the hustle and bustle of the city. Check your next adventure out today. Go to northernpines.net, www.northernpines.net.
Guys, Appleton is about to be full of music. It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411 for you, brought to you by Area 509 in Appleton. And it's here. You're excited. It's the Mile of Music, July 31st through August 3rd. A completely free music festival celebrating handcrafted artistry throughout downtown Appleton, showcasing local talents and so much more. There is a lot going on, and I cannot cover it in this 30 seconds. So head to WGBW.FM and click events to find out for yourself.
It's the Eco Minute, powered by Clean Wisconsin, your environmental voice since 1970. I'm Amy Barrio. Baby bald eagles near the Great Lakes are testing positive for PFAS and other toxic chemicals. Researchers found that eagles living near the Great Lakes had 6 times more toxic chemicals in their bloodstreams than inland populations. Other chemicals found in the baby eagles' bloodstreams were DDT and PCBs, which were banned decades ago. A small Wisconsin school district just got some big clean energy bragging rights. The Elva-Strum School District in Trimolo County unveiled 184 ground-mount solar panels that will deliver about 20% of the district's energy needs and will be a living classroom for students to learn about solar energy and energy data. The installation cost $150,000 and will pay for itself through energy bill savings in about 8 years. Knowledge is power. For a deep dive into Wisconsin's environmental issues, check out my Defender podcast at cleanwisconsin.org or wherever you get your podcasts.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Welcome back, folks. We are lighting it up here on a Friday night from downtown Green Bay as we broadcast statewide here on the Civic Media Radio Network. So great to have you with me. My guest at the moment is Spencer Young, local artist here in Green Bay, although he is more nationally recognized now. We were talking before the break about how he was recently featured on ESPN. And did you paint something specific for that appearance?
Yeah, so I actually painted a fence in someone's backyard. So it was
nice.
Green Bay themed, and it was right across Lambeau Field. Yeah, so couldn't
cool.
be a better setting for that.
What was ESPN like? Were they just kind of like letting you do your thing, or was it just,
Oh yeah,
they
they
wanted
just
to film
said
you?
paint and we'll ask you questions. And I talked with Shay. I think she was live at training camp reporting, so had the ear pods in and everything, listening to her talk. So,
are you a Packer fan?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no doubt. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't. So
You wouldn't be an artist if you weren't a
well,
Packer
I
fan?
mean, I wouldn't be so I actually work with a lot of the Packer players and too when I customize football cleats and shoes. So I would say a good majority of my work is with the players too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you paint cleats? I mean, is it a special kind of paint that doesn't wear off?
Yeah, it's basically trial and error, and a lot of prep work is involved. So the best way to describe it is if you want to paint your vehicle, obviously you sand it, you acetone, wipe it down, then you do thin coats of paint, and then basically you have a nice shiny car. It's the same thing with shoes too.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it lasts.
Yeah, I mean, it has this natural wear and tear after a while, but for the most part, yeah, they hold up pretty good.
So our question of the night is, what's the TV show that got away, one you've been meaning to watch? And a lot of people have said Dexter, myself included.
Yeah.
You were a huge fan of the show.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's now they got the new series coming out, so I started rewatching that. And then if I had to say the one that I need to watch, it just came out yesterday. And that's Twisted Metal.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that during the break. What is that show now?
So it's based on a video game. So I remember being a kid and I played that game all the time. It's kind of like a battle royale game.
Yeah.
So they made an adaptation to it, and the first season was amazing. Now season 2 is here, and it's gonna even get better, I think.
Isn't it exciting when you have a whole show to look forward to?
Oh, for sure.
You watch movies?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Yeah. What have you seen?
Pretty much everything.
This summer?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say you've seen pretty much everything, you mean
I mean just all genres in general.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's nothing that, when there's always something out there for me to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So, all right, tell people where they can see your work, Spencer. You have your website, social media stuff?
www.foreveryoungdesigns.com. I'm on social media, so Instagram, Facebook, but yeah, I post right on daily, so you can see my art quite frequently if you're following me. So
that's so great. Can we put some of his art up on the stream? If you're watching on the stream, folks, on YouTube, Facebook, or so I've seen that. You did that. That's so cool. How long does that take you?
A day.
One day?
Yeah,
for the whole thing?
so as tradition for the past like 10 seasons, wake up at the crack of dawn, paint there until basically the sun goes down.
So if you're watching in the stream, folks, we're looking at, it's a picture of Jordan Love winding up to throw a pass. It says, "My Packers, go Pack." And what else? What else?
Yeah, I love my Green Bay Packers.
Oh, I love Jordan Love. Okay, gotcha.
It's the paying homage to Eddie J's polka song. I love my Green.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So what was that like when you just said you're a huge Packer fan growing up? You played football at St. Norbert's. Yep. You're a Northeast Wisconsin guy. When you got a contract from the Packers and when you were commissioned by them, how high were you?
And that's the thing. It's not really a contract by the Packers itself, but it's like a local resident in the area. And he asked me, like, this is just tradition. Like, and I already knew growing up what the fence was because, like, my grandpa, who's also an artist, and I should have mentioned him as
that's cool.
Artist that influenced me. He was the biggest Packer fan I ever knew. So, like, he unfortunately passed away before I started doing all this. And I know he's grinning ear to ear, you know, when he saw that opportunity because he knows what the fence was. So it's kind of cool that, like, something that I would hang out with him, like drawing at the table, creating art, and now, like, you know, get to kind of pass that along.
It's cool, too. You were talking about during the break about your dad who poured concrete.
Yeah.
Very different than what you do.
Yeah, he's happy that I found what I wanted to do. I know he said he just didn't want me to bust my back like he did, you know, and I know how hard he's worked throughout his whole life and to make sure I had a good opportunity. So
you do kind of look like you could, like, lift blocks of concrete though and just install them.
Don't get me wrong, I'd help him in the summer, you know, but it wasn't anything too strenuous.
Are you doing something this year for the start of the season? Do you have anything lined up? Or?
Yeah, so the plan is to paint something. It's always the day before the first home opener, so it'd be September 7th. But we got a couple of ideas in the work. It's normally a surprise when, like, the fans come in, so got to keep it on the down low till then.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a teaser. When will they be able to see what you've done?
Yeah, right at the home opener.
Home opener.
Yep.
Can you say where it will be, or?
Yep, the same fence. So that fence gets painted every year.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's funny because, like, we had to replace the fence one year because there was so much paint on it. Yeah, like, and it was like kind of weighing it down a little bit. So
can we pull up another of Spencer's paintings, Con? Chris Farley, that's awesome.
That's my hero.
That is so cool.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite. I actually did a recent Chris Farley painting too. It's a quote from Dirty Jobs or Dirty Works. Yeah. So I was with the skunk. I can't remember what the quote was, but I had to make sure I incorporated that quote in one of my paintings.
So, all right, if you want to learn more about Spencer's work, follow him on the socials. Go to his website. He does great work. This was fun, man. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you having me. You know,
my pleasure. And thank you for the Dexter endorsement because the better part of the next few weeks, I'm going to be wrapped up catching up on that too. So, all right, Spencer, young folks, check out his work. We are coming back for Act 2 after intermission. It is a BARR Band Friday night, folks. TERI BARR will be here at 7:35, and we will read your texts coming up next. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Go!
WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay. ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. On the heels of a disappointing jobs report and new jobs for June and July revised downward as well, President Trump firing the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, accusing Commissioner Erica McIntyre of faking statistics to support Democrats.
I believe the numbers were phony, just like they were before the election, and there were other times. So you know what I did? I fired her. Right. And you know what? I did the right thing.
And concern over President Trump's tariffs. His executive order targeting 66 countries starting August 7th Stocks tanked today on the jobs and tariff news, the Dow falling 542 points. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee spent 5 hours in Gaza today. They visited a food distribution site. A manhunt in Montana after 4 men were shot dead today in a Deer Lodge County, Montana bar. Motive unknown. Jeffrey Epstein's longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell transferred without explanation to a lower security prison camp in Texas. This is ABC News.
As Wisconsin is brats on the grill for a tailgate, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
For 97.9 WGBW News, I'm Lisa Hale. Ronald Sari, the interim head of Wrightstown Schools, is resigning effective tomorrow after only 7 months on the job. A joint statement from the school district and Sari said the board has decided to pursue new leadership. Sari was named interim administrator in January when Superintendent Andy Space retired early. Since then, over half of the school board is new to the job, following a recall, an election, and resignations of board members. A Nina man is calling out lawmakers to fit what he describes as a crisis in home health care access and the toll it takes on people receiving care and those providing it. TERI BARR shares how he's getting attention for this issue in a very unique way.
Let's go. We're about to get in town.
Carl Schulze is on the final stretch of a 95-mile journey. The 44-year-old is driving his motorized wheelchair
seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Missed your favorite show live on air? It's easy to find what you enjoy wherever you listen to podcasts, including Spotify, Apple, and
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Night Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who believes a penny saved isn't jack Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for Act 2 of tonight's episode of Night Light. Hope you all were able to use the restroom or get some more candy, popcorn, condiments.
candy, pizza.
Let's get set for hour number 2 here. We got a lot of fun still headed our way. TERI BARR will be here, our Wisconsin aficionado, and she's got 2 great bands we're going to discuss tonight during her appearance at 7:35. TERI is batting 1,000. I'm sure there's one song in a year and a half I haven't liked, but I can't remember it.
I think she's batting 1,000.
And it's not even that I wouldn't have liked it. It was kind of like some stuff is great, and some stuff is really good. So I've probably forgotten about a really good song. TERI will be here at 7:35 for Bar Band Friday night. And we've got a great question tonight, folks. I started watching Dexter recently, and it's been one of those shows that I've heard a lot of good stuff about. It was a Showtime show that came out in 2006. I just never watched it. And there are a lot of shows like that I kind of meant to watch but didn't. So that is the inspiration for tonight's question. What's a TV show you've wanted to watch but just haven't? It just got away. You got busy with life. It happens. But what is the show that got away? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. For me, it was Dexter. Conrad said Poker Face.
Yep.
So, and Poker Face is good. That was one of those, too, that I hadn't. And you know the other one? God, I kind of went on a roll like a week ago. I watched like 3 pilot episodes. One of them was The Queen's Gambit.
Oh, yeah.
And I watched the beginning, and I liked it because I just had watched Department Q, and it's the same creator. So I'll go back to The Queen's Gambit, but I didn't like it as much as Department Q.
That's about chess, right?
Yeah. Well, it's in the chess world. I don't know how deeply they get into chess because I only watched the first episode, which was a lot about her background. And she was an orphan, and her mom was, her dad was married to someone else, and it was all this drama for this girl. But it was a good story. I'll go back to it.
I've been thinking about making a TV show about checkers. The double jump gambit.
So, the king me gambit. So while you're playing checkers, they're playing chess. Hey man, I want a piece of that action.
All right. I'll write you in with with Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. Well. Oh man, have they restocked her soap? By the way, can we get our hands on a case?
It's still sold out. I had that 30-pack that I bought.
Yeah,
it's already gone.
It's gone.
I used it.
And was there a hole in the bar of soap or not? Because this uncomfortably came up last night with my brother, and his kids were in town, and my kids and his kids were discussing this in front of the grandparents. And all I could think about was, do my parents know why there would be a hole? Like, you always think your parents don't know stuff, but they do.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where we're at, folks. We also talked in the first hour about actor Neil McDonough. He refuses. He's a very good actor. If you saw his face, or if you Google him right now, you'll recognize him. Like, he's one of those guys. He's a working actor. He's all over the place, and he's really good. He refuses to kiss another woman on camera. And he stuck to his guns, and he says it cost him a lot of work. So you can weigh in on that, too. He didn't, I don't know how long he went without work, but, eventually Graham Yost, the producer of Justified, gave him a gig. Brought him onto the show Justified. He played a bad guy opposite Timothy Oliphant. And he is, I don't think he's starving, but on the one hand, I applaud him for not kissing anyone other than his wife on screen. His wife is an actress, and she's apparently very attractive, but she says, I don't have a problem with him if he wanted to kiss another woman. It's just him. And as I mentioned in the Beats, there's something so sweet about that, but so strange. So you can weigh in on that, too. Would you kiss someone else on screen? As someone who's done it, I can say It's not. It doesn't really feel like cheating because there's people in the room. It's very mechanical. Or maybe that's just how I am when it comes to intimacy.
Well, like we said before, you did write it yourself.
I did write it myself. I think I'm going to need another woman to come in and join in this too. Whoa. Another rewrite last minute? No, and I got lucky because Lauren Holly was the actress who I was with in the scene, and she had done that kind of stuff before. So I was just going to go into it, whatever. And she kind of said we should hang out a little before just to talk a little bit. So we did that. So by the time the scene came up, like there is kind of a method to it. And now they have intimacy coaches. And I think that's not a bad idea because I think a lot of women in particular were thrown into these roles where they were just forced to do stuff or felt pressure to do stuff. And not just, there were probably men too that were young and didn't want to say anything but felt really strange. I'm not one of them. I enjoyed myself. Okay. No. But anyway, you can weigh in on that too, folks. Anything we're talking about, you can let us know how you feel. The phone lines are open. And Conrad, did you ever watch Sex and the City?
I think I watched like one episode maybe a long time ago because I saw the word sex in it.
Probably really let down.
I was 11.
Well, there was sex in it, but it was just not, not the kind probably. Well, I'm not going to touch that one. My wife watched it. She was a big fan, and it is finally, this whole franchise is coming to an end. There have been like 6 seasons, I think, 5 or 6 seasons, 2 movies, and now there's a reboot called And Just Like That. That's finally going away. But let us know, folks. Let's get into Act 2. We got to read some text and catch up here a little bit. TERI BARR's coming up at 7:35 for Bar Band Friday night, one of our favorite segments of the week. Our question, once again, is what is the TV show that got away that you just haven't seen yet, but you've always meant to? Let's go to the text line and see what people have to say. We've got Kevin in Madison. Did Kevin leave his why did he leave his email? Oh, why don't you send him an email and see what's up? Thank you, Kevin, for your email. We will, I don't know, I guess send him a mailer. That's such a vague term.
I'll say hi.
Send him an autographed picture of Conrad.
I don't know if anyone would want that.
Why don't we have those just in case?
You should make like custom baseball cards for us and just put them in the back.
Yeah, I'm down. 608 says Game of Thrones. I've not heard anyone say anything bad about it, but I don't have whatever streaming service it's on. That's Monica from Mount Horeb. Monica, I think it's on HBO.
Yep.
And here's what you do. This is my advice to people who do want to watch stuff, but it's not on the service they have. Streaming services do not require a 1-year contract. You can get HBO for 1 month for $15.99 and probably blow through, 5 seasons of Game of Thrones?
It's 7.
Is it that many?
Yeah. Actually, I think it's 8.
So even, like Monica, even if you end up getting HBO for 2 months, it costs you $32 and you get 8 seasons of a show you're pretty sure you're going to like, and plus whatever else is on HBO. That's the way to do it. That's how I always mean to do it, but I do forget to cancel stuff, and I end up paying $150 for all of them. But if you're smart about it, you can just get something for a month, and there are no contracts. So, and I'm with you. Game of Thrones is something I did eventually watch, and I did like it, and I didn't think I would. I don't like medieval stuff. You ever go to one of those medieval places where they give you a 7-course meal, and you get guys call the waitresses wenches, and it's like so stupid. I've never gotten into that.
There's a great scene in The Cable Guy where they go to one. It's hilarious. Where they actually fight in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that. Game of Thrones is, I liked it though. Even though I don't like medieval time stuff. I thought Game of Thrones was good.
It's definitely, I'd say you watch a couple seasons, then you have to take a little bit of a break, a little bit, just because it's really dark at sometimes.
It is. I agree. But good. And it's hard. It's one of those shows that you watch and then it's like, oh, the next one's starting right now. I'll just see what happens. Then an hour later, well, I'll just watch the beginning again and get roped in. Lisa from Middleton, she's in the 608, says Orange is the New Black and Mad Men. Yeah, Mad Men. I've got to go back to Mad Men. I watched the first season and I liked it, and I don't know why I stopped watching it.
I watched the Orange is the New Black, and it kind of derails after a couple seasons, but the first 2 are great.
Haven't seen it. I'll have to add that to my list as well. That's Robin. No, who's in it? Oh, it's Felicity Huffman, Mrs. Soprano, right?
Yeah.
John from Madison says OMG, got you some Columbia, Peter. He says, get you some Columbia, Peter. He is amazing. And Dexter is so addictive that it makes you wonder if it's okay to like it so much. I don't get the Columbia thing, though. What is that?
Maybe that's part of Dexter. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember that if it is. Great text, though, John. And I'm there. I just finished season 1. I'll probably start season 2 tonight as soon as I get home. John also says, never watched Breaking Bad. Oh, wow. Check it out. John, if you like Dexter, I think you're going to like Breaking Bad. It's got just enough of the same kind of shock value, but it's not quite as morbid. It's just really well done. He says, going to get around to it eventually. My old lady keeps the remote in her robe pocket, and I leave it alone. Don't want to lose a hand. We're learning more about John and Melissa nightly.
Yeah, yep.
I don't want to know what's going on in that house. Sydney from Oregon says, people have really talked up Sesame Street, but I've never caught an episode. Come on, Sydney.
My favorite. Who's your favorite character in Sesame Street?
He just passed. Well, he was one of them. I posted this on Facebook the other day. I had kind of a crush on Maria, and I don't know if the guy was her husband or not. I can't remember, but he played Luis, and he just passed away. I loved Mr. Hooper, and as far as Muppets go, Bert and Ernie.
My favorite was the garbage guy, or I forget what his name
Oscar.
is. Oscar, yeah.
Oscar's great.
He's so grumpy and funny.
Yeah, Grover was great. Elmo. I used to want to, and in fact, when we talked about that last night, making a setting of a TV show or movie, a question like, where would you feel the most comfortable?
Yeah.
I always thought I loved Sesame Street. I wanted to live on that street when I was a kid. And kind of the same thing with Seinfeld. Like, I would love to live in the Seinfeld building next to Kramer at Seinfeld. Yeah, I think it's great. So, but that question, we'll do that next week. Melissa from Willie Street in Madison, that's the 608. Hi, Pete. I totally get the Dexter thing. Binged the entire show this year. For me, it felt almost cathartic to watch a serial killer take out a bad guy after watching the nightly news with this crazy administration. Well, don't go too far with that fantasy, Melissa. You could get in trouble. But yeah, it's a good show. Boy, I'm finding a lot of Dexter fans here tonight. This is kind of cool. John also says, kiss her, robot boy. Yeah. I think that would probably be the consensus, is most people would just say, just kiss your fellow actress. It doesn't mean you're cheating. Maybe he thinks he's a bad kisser.
Yeah.
Could be. John says, go ahead, kiss her robotically. He changed his phrase there. And then, yeah, John, he's trying to specify what Columbia meant. I don't know what it is, though. Column no. Columbia. We have established that John and Melissa like to throw a few back, I think, when they listen to the show. So I don't know what is going on over
good.
there.
That's good.
Let's go to the social media responses. Do we have time to get? We could.
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
Are you going to see Naked Gun this weekend?
Oh, I'm definitely going to.
I think I am too. I didn't know Pamela Anderson had been married 5 times.
That's crazy.
It's insane. And she's only made sex tapes with 2 of them, I think. So she's lacking. No, but talk about loving marriage. When you get married, and twice was to the same person. This guy, Rick Solomon, who's a poker player. They got married twice. That always cracks me up because it's like, you know what? I think I can do better than you. Oh, turns out I can't. Will you marry me? And they get married again. And then they get divorced again. So that made me laugh. But Pamela Anderson is good.
Maybe I should step up.
You should to Pamela Anderson?
Yeah.
Oh, you got some competition. Liam Neeson's dating her now.
What? Oh, is he actually?
He is. Honestly, they have fallen in love apparently on the set of Naked Gun.
I'm going to keep away from that. I don't want to die.
You don't want to mess with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
And but he is 73, so you got the youth factor. All right, we're coming right back. We're going to read more of your texts as they roll in here on the socials, and then Terry BARR is here at 7:35. So great to have you with me, folks. Stick around, give us a call, drop us a text. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
From Denmark to De Pere, this is 97.9 WGBW.
Hi, I'm Kristen Ambos, Wisconsin's #1 female loan officer for residential mortgages. Every loan is unique, and I'm committed to your financial well-being. Let's chat today at 920-606-1156 and check out my podcast, Always On Point.
When was the last time you detoxed your body? If you're like most people, the answer is probably never. Toxins accumulate in our bodies every day from pollution in the air we breathe and water we drink, as well as the food we eat, especially if that food includes fast food, processed food, and sugar. How do you know if you're suffering from a buildup of toxins? If you're experiencing low energy, brain fog, headaches, bloating, and skin irritation, then those are all telltale signs. So, how do you detox your body? Well, you can add saunas or juice fasts, but what you really need is Active Liver from New Nordic. Containing a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract, Active Liver makes it easy to help your liver detox your body all year long without major changes to your diet or lifestyle. Try Active Liver today and start feeling better with more energy immediately. Active Liver comes in both a delicious gummy or tablet. Active Liver is available in stores at CVS or Meijer or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking, the list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or
This is Night Light. I am Pete Schwaba. Conrad Krieger working the board tonight. Naked Gun is getting 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is incredible for a comedy. And I was really scared. I thought it's not going to tank. I didn't think it was going to tank Liam Neeson's career because he's got enough of a body of work that a bomb isn't going to hurt him. I really thought it was going to be bad.
You know, I honestly, when I saw that trailer, I thought I was like, this is definitely getting like a 35% or something like that. But 90%, and that's critic score, not...
That's critic score. 194 reviews.
Wow. I'm surprised.
So to be certified fresh, I think you need like 40 reviews for it to count. 194, 90%. Audience score, 81%. 9% less people in the audience like it than critics. That's interesting. You know, I hear that DeMar Hamlin commercial, too, during the break. If you're DeMar Hamlin, you remember he had the heart attack during the game. And maybe it wasn't a heart attack, but... Do you ever have a bad day after something like that? Like, he made a full recovery. He's still in the NFL, right?
Yep, he still plays for the Bills.
And he was basically, I think, brought back.
Yeah.
From being, he was like dead for 2 minutes.
Yeah, he was.
That's unbelievable. And I'm here complaining that 2 people are going the same speed in both lanes and blocking my way to WGBW.
Yeah, you know, it's...
We all have a cross to bear, Conrad. All right, going back to our text, our question again, once again, if you still want to get in on the fun, was, I can't find it now. Here it is. What's a TV show you've wanted to watch but haven't yet? The TV show that got away. I say Dexter. Con says Poker Face. Luke Mathers, our Civic Media pal. Mr. Luke Mathers says Succession, but I haven't gotten HBO. I mean HBO Max. I mean Max. Oh, crap, now it's HBO Max again. Anyways, I don't have one of those accounts to watch it. Same deal, Luke. Get it for a month, $16. You got 8 seasons of that and everything else. This week, tonight, John Oliver, brilliant show. That is worth the price of Max every month. What John Oliver does, going off on a tangent here, but is incredible. Like, they'll pick something like nursing homes or Big Pharma or something, and he will go after it and make it funny and do 20 minutes on it. And Luke would love that. I know Luke would like that show. Luke, if you don't like Game of Thrones, or I'm sorry, Succession and John Oliver last week tonight, I will pay the $16. How does that sound, pal? Daniel Wheeler says, I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I'm on the fence if I really want to, though. Thoughts, anyone? Yeah. I don't know if you're still listening, Daniel, but we just talked about that. And I would recommend it because that's not really my genre either. But I loved it. It's just very well done. And I think you'll like it. I wasn't a zombie guy either, but I watched all of The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, the 28 Days movie. I guess I'm a zombie guy now.
I still haven't seen The Walking Dead.
Any of it?
Mm-mm.
Dude, watch the first episode. It's so great.
I'm not a zombie guy either, so that's if you like it and you're not a zombie, I might go to it. I'm looking for a show to binge.
I do admit I've become a zombie guy because I apparently watch all these shows, but I still wouldn't say it's a genre I can't wait for something to come out. But when it's done right, it's really good. And The Walking Dead, I've watched just that pilot 3 or 4 times. And he wakes up and the world has gone to heck. It's really cool. Fallon on social media says The Bear. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Fallon. I watched the first season. I just cannot get into it.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I liked it.
I watched the first episode of season 2, and I just haven't got back to it yet.
That's exactly what I watched the first episode of season 2. Mike Schmidt, who's a frequent guest on the show, said season 2 was the best ever. So I am going to go back to it at some point, but I think Fallon means he hasn't watched it at all. It is good. There's no reason I haven't gone back to it, Fallon. I think you'll like it. Check it out. JB Thompson, guy behind the guy, says some TV series look cool. The time commitment to get caught up is a huge time commitment. Like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, shows like Seinfeld are great because you can stop in, watch one, and enjoy without having to know where the character arcs are, etc. Yeah, it's a time commitment, but, you can watch it at your leisure.
I will say I watched first 3 episodes of Seinfeld.
Yeah?
I still haven't got back to it yet.
You're talking like season 1.
Yeah.
All right. It found its groove, I would say. I would watch season 1 and 2. Well, season 1 only has like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So, and Jerry has talked about that in interviews. He said that's the smallest order you can make for a TV show. So they didn't have much faith in it. Season 2 has some classic episodes, but I would say by season 3, it was home run after home run. You got to stick with it. Trust me. Barry McClure on social media says, Mad Men. So I would say Mad Men, Dexter, and Game of Thrones are our big ones tonight. It's funny. It's like a collective consciousness, So anyway, nobody's really weighing in. Only one person has weighed in on the kiss. I thought we'd have more. So are you going to check out this show, the new MCU show, Eyes of Wakanda?
Yeah, I didn't even know that was out, and it's out on Disney Plus.
It's out on Disney Plus. It's out on Disney Plus. It's out on Disney Plus. I don't know how many times you're going to ask me that, but yeah, it is. If you were doing that on your own, that would have been brilliant. And then what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, we got that. And yeah, sorry, we're all caught up, dude. I think this is great. Do we have time to play the Aunt Edna clip?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's play. Cutting it close? Maybe you could take us to the news?
Yeah.
All right.
Now.
All right, go for it. Aunt Edna vacation.
Aunt Edna! Helper's getting cold.
Is that your Aunt Edna?
Aunt Edna, after all these years, you're looking so good.
Oh, hi, Edna. Nice to see you again.
You remember Clark, don't you?
You were the ones that sent me the fruitcake for Christmas. It made me so sick.
Oh, I'm sorry. We thought you enjoyed fruitcake.
You enjoy throwing up every 5 minutes, Claude?
Clark.
I thought so. Whew. Well, am I going to eat or am I going to starve to death? Catherine, did you tell Clark and Ellen the good news?
No, I was just about to. Catherine, what's the good news?
You're driving me to Phoenix!
From Ashwaubenon to Alloway, this is 97.9 WGBW. Local news, weather, and sports on air and streaming on the Civic Media app. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. On the heels of a disappointing jobs report and new jobs for June and July revised downward as well, President Trump firing the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, accusing Commissioner Erica McIntyre of faking statistics to support Democrats.
I believe the numbers were phony, just like they were before the election, and there were other times. So you know what I did? I fired her. Right. And you know what? I did the right thing.
And concern over President Trump's tariffs, his executive order targeting 66 countries starting August 7th. Stocks tanked today on the jobs and tariff news, the Dow falling 542 points. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee spent 5 hours in Gaza today. They visited a food distribution site. A manhunt in Montana after 4 men were shot dead today in a Deer Lodge County, Montana bar. Motive unknown. Jeffrey Epstein's longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell transferred without explanation to a lower security prison camp in Texas. This is ABC News.
The Packers prepare for family night. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Green Bay with another practice in pads before tomorrow night's family night inside Lambeau Field. On defense, it appears that Keyshawn Nixon and newcomer Nate Hobbs are in the lead as the two defensive backs at corner. Baseball, the Brewers against the Nationals tonight in Washington, D.C. Jose Quintana against the Nationals left-hander Mitchell Parker. The Brewers making some moves before the trade deadline, including sending pitcher Nestor Cortez to San Diego for outfielder Brandon Lockride. It looks like Jackson Churio will be out for a while with a hamstring injury. Pat Murphy.
Yeah, I mean, we're hanging in there. That's all there's to it. We've been injured all year long, whether it's, the guys that, the 12 pitchers that weren't available when we started, the Mitchell, the Perkins, the guys we've been without. We're out with Sal for a while. Hopefully we're not without Churio, like all that stuff.
That's the Brewers manager, Pat Murphy. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. The Law & Order franchise has been teasing its viewers for years regarding a romance between detectives Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler, played respectively by Mariska Hargitay and Christopher Maloney. Fans on social media have been asking when it will happen. Maloney recently told the New York Post he's been trying to get them to hook up for a long time. Hargitay says she is enjoying the flirt game and is keeping an open mind about the situation. Maloney currently stars in Law & Order Organized Crime, and Hargitay is in her I Lost Count season of Law & Order SVU. DC Studios may have made a lot of money over the years, but they haven't had a film that's reached the $300 million plateau domestically since 2022. Thanks to James Gunn's Superman just crossed the mark. This is the 9th DC movie to reach $300 million here in the U.S. The last DC film to hit that mark was The Batman 3 years ago. I'm sure DC would like even more cha-ching, so be sure to check out Superman, which is still in theaters. For more showbiz fun, tune into Night Light with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
As Wisconsin is summer weekends being spent on the lake, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Partly cloudy tonight, some areas of smoke and lows in the mid-50s. Hazy sunshine from the smoke tomorrow, highs in the upper 70s. And mostly sunny and near 80 Sunday for the forecast high. 80s are ahead for next week. It's 74 right now.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals. So I made the call.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Missed your favorite show live on air? It's easy to find what you enjoy wherever you listen to podcasts, including Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And we're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app.
Taking your summer fun to new heights, and why not add it?
Time to check out original music with BARR Band Friday on Night Light. Now your host, Pete Schwaba, and special guest, TERI BARR.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of BARR Band Friday Night. One of our favorite segments of the week here at Nightlight. It is my pleasure to welcome our music aficionado who always brings us great tunes and great conversation. She is one of the hosts of Max Inc. Radio on WMDX, which you can hear every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m., and she is a contributor to New Wisco Weekend and all things civic media. Did I cover everything, Terry? Terry BARR, folks.
Some days I wonder, if I don't make a list, I don't know if you're like this, Pete, but if I don't have a list, I seriously don't know what I'm doing.
You just, it's so weird. You have to do that to be organized.
Yes.
I'm not particularly an organized person, but I've become more so since I've done the show because I can't survive not being that way, or I will forget something, right?
Absolutely. And I put a calendar on my phone so I get those notifications.
Yeah.
I still do a paper calendar, a paper list, and I'm still forgetting something almost every single day, and it drives me bananas.
I do all that you just said, and I tie strings to my fingers. And I write notes on my hand. So I'm with you, sister.
Thank you, my dear.
How are you?
I am good. I don't know what it is, but this week in particular, I'm happy it's Friday.
Yeah.
One of the bands that I'm going to introduce you to tonight, I am thrilled to have met them and talked with them last weekend. But I think I realized hitting Friday, that's part of why I'm tired this week. And I try not to be tired.
Yeah.
We had Atwood Fest, the big festival that shuts down some of the East Side streets in Madison last weekend. But it was also close to 100 degrees.
That is nuts.
So it was hot, but
Yeah.
everybody still showed up and it was so much fun. But I think that's why I'm tired today.
That'll take it out of you. A long music festival in the sun. I mean, I was in Madison all last week, and it was my intention to stay and grab some sound bites, but then the forecast looked like rain. So I just went out to breakfast with a friend, and then I'm like, well, it's sunny, but I was so tired from the week, I just didn't do it. And I knew if I did decide to go, I can't just go for an hour because I'm either going to not find parking for an hour or there'll be a great band or something was going to keep me there till 7 o'clock at night, So,
and this festival has that because there's
yeah.
3 stages and everybody's kind of moving and grooving between the stages. It is just so great.
I want to do something from there next year. I would
Oh,
love
you
to
have to.
broadcast or find a way to do something from Atwood Fest. I
And
just
we'll
heard
help
way
you.
too many
We'll help
great
you make
things.
it happen.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You guys can be my guides because between you and Rocker, I know you've got everything covered there because you're so much a
I
part
have
of
to
it.
really give it up to my Maximum Inc. radio co-host, Rocker. He's the one that books these bands, puts the lineup together. And this is one of the best years ever. And you can find video just about everywhere. Just, search for Atwood Fest on any social media. You'll find videos, you'll find lineups, you'll find music. It's so much fun.
That is amazing.
But this band, I think I have a crush.
All right, so which band are we starting with? Because I like them both, but I like one of them that has a song that's basically our slogan here every night. So that's fun too.
Okay.
Yeah, but you
I
pick.
know what you're saying. Okay, well,
Yeah.
you tell me, which one do you want to start with?
Well, let's start with Bascom Hill because their song is Light It Up. And it's a fantastic song. I love the acoustic guitar, but tell us about Bascom Hill, and then we'll play
You
the
might
song.
need to borrow this song
Yeah,
and use
maybe.
it with your show when you can. They are from Wisconsin. They're from the Kenosha area.
Okay.
And why I wanted to highlight them, I don't know. I feel like sometimes these bands that have been around forever in Wisconsin, sometimes they don't get enough love. They have been together as a trio out of Kenosha since 2007.
No kidding.
Two of the guys of the 3, 2 of the guys prior to that have been writing songs together for years and years. So
That's cool.
they've got roots. Why I also wanted to bring them up, they are playing Mile of Music in Appleton this weekend.
Fantastic.
And as we know, Mile of Music is
wow.
a huge thing in Appleton. Hundreds of bands now, dozens of venues, and Bascom Hill had a show today, but then they have a show tomorrow that you can catch at Rookies in Appleton. It's right on the main drag, College Avenue, and they're playing at 7:30. So they've got one of the main shows on a Saturday night to enjoy. Why not go? It's all
Yeah.
free. You walk around to all these venues and you just find whatever kind of music you love.
And there's so much of it. It's so great.
It is.
This is I love the way they describe this song. And maybe you guys can think about this while you're listening to it, but this song is a loud, proud celebration of late nights, neon lights, and living in the moment. From the opening line to the last chord, Light It Up brings the kind of reckless joy you feel with cold beers, close friends, and a night you won't forget, even if it leaves a few scars. That's so great. This is great. Should we start? Should we play Light It Up?
Oh, let's do it. I
Let's light it
love
up.
that you read that before the song.
Yeah. All right. Give it a listen, folks. This is Bascom Hill by way of TERI BARR.
Oh, and I've been waiting all this time to leave it all behind. Set this night on fire. Oh, me, we're living in a daydream. Can't keep avoiding reality, and I let go. But if we're gonna go, we're gonna go out in style. Let's light it up like a cherry bomb, like dynamite, a 3-fire alarm. Let's pop the top on some PBR. Light the fuse, let the party stop. Let's light it up like a neon sign that says everybody come on inside. Gonna burn it down, gonna have some fun. Let's light it up. Oh, let's light it up. The girls all dance, the boys have put up a fight. Nobody's going home tonight. Somebody's gonna fall in love, somebody's gonna break up. The night is gonna leave some scars we won't notice till we wake up. If we're gonna go, we're gonna go out in style. Let's light it up like a cherry bomb, like dynamite, a 3-fire alarm. Let's pop the top on some PBR. Light the fuse, let the party start. Let's light it up like a neon sign that says everybody come on inside. Gonna burn it down, gonna have some fun. Let's light it up. Oh, we're screaming out the windows. Gonna let the world know we're still here. They're gonna make a big fuss, gonna try to save us, but we won't stop. Let's light it up like a cherry bomb, like dynamite, a 3-fire alarm. Let's pop the top on some PBR. Light the fuse, let the party start. Let's light it up like a neon sign that says everybody come on inside. Gonna burn it down, gonna have some fun. Let's light it up. Oh, let's light it up like a cherry bomb. Let's get the party started. Let's light it up. Come on inside. We gotta stop. Let's light it up. Let's light it up.
Man, they're fun. That's a great song.
You should, first of all, yes, get together with them, have them rock that song for you, but then also
Yeah.
have them on your show.
I would love that. Next time we're, well, they're out of Kenosha, but Yeah, if we'd known they were at Mile of Music, let's track them, Con, and see if we can line up the next time they're in the area. They have kind of a Hootie and the Blowfish type of feel to them, it seems like.
And they do electric too. This was a live acoustic special show, but between the three of them, they play every instrument you can think of.
Wow.
This song I just thought was so special because it's a recent live recording of them, and they're just so fresh.
Yeah, it's a great sound. I love it. That's fantastic. All right, so tell us about Terry, the other band you brought, Parker Barrow.
Yeah, this is the one I have a crush on, actually.
The whole band?
Well, the female singer.
Little girl crush?
Yeah. She's incredible. Her voice is so big. And she's the nicest person. They played at Woodfest last weekend. And when you hear them and you're thinking, oh, I missed them at Woodfest. Well, never fear. Even though they are based in Birmingham, Alabama, and they do also call Nashville home, they tour constantly. They just got back from the UK before coming to Madison, and they've got a couple of Wisconsin shows, and you can find all their information on their website. So I would suggest that. And what a great way to end. Oh, I don't even want to say this, to end the summer by seeing a show of theirs before summer's gone. Yeah.
No kidding. I think they have September 7th. August 7th, I believe, in Stevens Point. And then I think it was the 9th in Heartland, Wisconsin. And then in between there, Terry, they go down to Geneva, Illinois, or Bartlett, and then they come back and play more. So they're obviously all over the place, hardworking band, and their music, the little bit of research I did, I like this. It says music described as blues-infused Southern rock and roll. Does that sound right? Would you agree with that?
It's perfect. And here's a funny little fact that I learned while talking to them. Parker Barrow. And you think, what kind of name is that for a band?
Yeah.
They stole the last names, or borrowed, I guess, the last names of Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, I was wondering about that. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Yep.
So they'll be in Stevens Point August 7th, Heartland, Wisconsin, August 9th. And then do they play around Madison? I know they just were at Woodfest, but do they have any Madison dates coming up?
They have a Delafield show that I think ends their summer run. Delafield is right outside of Milwaukee. So, and I think all of these are outdoor shows. And honestly, after seeing them at Woodfest, that is the best way to see them.
Oh, that's so great. Okay, we're going to do a very quick break, and then we're going to come back with Terry BARR, my co-host for BARR Band Friday Night, and Parker Barrow. We're going to hear their song Make It. That's coming up after this very short break on Night Light with Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
So bright, did we get hitched last night? Dressed up like Elvis. Why am I wearing your class ring? Don't call your mother, 'cause now we're partners in crime. Don't be a baby, remember what you told me. Shut up and put your money where your mouth is. That's what you get for waking up in Vegas. Get up and shake the glitter off your clothes now. That's what you get for waking up.
As Wisconsin is summer weekends being spent on the lake, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
Hey, it's Amanda, and we all know that Northeast Wisconsin has some of the best events around, but trying to find them all can be tricky. So here at WGBW, we decided to do the work for you. Prevent boredom on any night by going to WGBW.FM and click events in the top right corner. You'll never have to spend forever scrolling to find out what's going on in your area. And if you got an event to share, hit us up by emailing info@WGBW.FM. We can work together to have real news and great conversation while giving you the 411 on what's happening in New Wisco.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation, gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
Your local Civic Media radio station is your source for real news and great conversation, plus fun and exciting contests. For a complete list of contest rules, log on wgbw.fm/contest-terms. As Wisconsin is summer weekends being spent on the lake, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Welcome back. It's a bar band Friday night here at Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba, joined by TERI BARR. TERI, do you recognize that song or that artist?
Was that Cat in the Hurricane?
No, that was Kaylin Cole and her new single. Totally not acoustic, though, and produced and all ready to go. She said, isn't that great? She said it's doing really well, too, so that's
she
exciting.
Deserves it. That girl has worked so hard.
Yeah, she's great. TERI BARR is here. On Monday, folks, Alan Kopishke will be here. He is the producer of the Door Kinetic Arts Festival. He's also an actor. He'll be here in studio. And I'll be joined by bookstore owner in Appleton, Kaylin Bavink, will be here over the stream. That's Monday night on Nite Lite. We've got one more text to bang out here. Then we will get back to Terry and Parker Barrow. Bridget from the 818 says, I want to watch Shameless. A few people whom I respect their opinion have loved Shameless. Seems very USA right now. I don't know what to make of it, but I have seen the show. It is very funny. Have you seen it, Terry?
I have watched the entire thing.
Really?
One of the barflies, Mike McGill, is a friend of mine from college.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's a funny show. It's very
it is
gutsy and it's great.
It feels very real right now. I agree.
Thank you, Bridget. Great text. All right, so we were talking about Parker Barrow, named after Bonnie and Clyde, which is so cool.
Yes.
Let's do the song and then we'll come back and discuss before we let Terry go. This is Make It from Parker Barrow.
I love the setting, I can't get enough. I feel little things.
I can see how they totally rocked Atwood Fest.
Oh,
They must be great live.
seriously, it was 99 degrees, and they came out full steam and did not stop. I was
Wow.
impressed by all of it, especially knowing the temperature, but you couldn't tell that the weather bothered them at all.
Yeah, that's so cool. They've been compared to the Black Crows. I totally hear that. Yeah.
Yes.
Great stuff.
Yes.
Terry,
Oh,
thank you
funny
so
thing,
much.
Pete,
Oh, yeah.
do
go
I have
ahead.
a minute to tell you this
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
quick?
Sure.
So as we're walking up to Atwood Fest, their bus is there. They do travel in a big bus, which is awesome. That's when you know you're getting to be a bigger band, obviously.
Almost famous. Yeah.
Sitting in the driver's seat, Megan and Dylan, lead singer and drummer, they're married. It's their dog sitting in the driver's seat. The cutest thing I think I've ever seen. And I liked them then, and I like them even more since.
Oh, that's so cool.
I
Wow.
know,
Well, we'll
it's so
have to.
fun.
All right. So, Parker Barrow, they're playing in Stevens Point on the 7th of August, in Heartland, Wisconsin on the 9th. If you want to hear Bascom Hill, they're at Mile of Music tomorrow. I think you said right, Terry, 7:30.
Correct.
At Rookies. Great stuff as always, my friend. Have a great weekend, and thank you so much, Terry Barr.
You too, everyone out there listening as well.
All right. Thank you, Terry. Thank you to Terry. Thank you to Spencer Young and all your texts and calls. So much fun here at Nightlight. We will be back again on Monday. It cannot get here fast enough, folks, with Alan Kopishki, actor and producer of a really cool festival in Door County. And Kaylin Bavink will be here, too, bookstore owner in Appleton. It's going to be a blast on Monday, but hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe out there, folks. Party hard. On behalf of the lovable producer, Conrad, I'm Pete Schwaba saying good night, Wisconsin.
Oh, take me to your best friend's house. I loved you then.